What is up, everyone? We are back for another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how I turn my car into basically a service truck. In this video, we're going to go over everything I have, the mods I've done to the car to actually support all this weight, stuff I use, stuff I don't use, stuff that is, you might need it, you might not, but you have to gear this towards yourself. What are you working on? What jobs do you have that day? What are you going to use every single day? So this can vary a lot, but this is what I have for automotive and heavy truck. So let's get right into it. The car I'm using is a 2013 Passat TDI. It is a CKRA Passat. These cars are great. You can't get them past like 2014, I think. There's a bunch of emissions lawsuits and just stuff. I bought this one tuned and deleted already. I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. So it's been a great car, great fuel mileage. I have zero complaints about it, really. As for brands of tools, Harbor Freight, Snap-on, Matco, Mac, Amazon, basically you name it, I have it. I did go to college here a few years ago, so I had 50% off basically all the big brands. Anything you can think of, I have everything. I have every single brand. I'm not loyal to anyone. You can see there's some Snap-on stuff over there, some Topped On, some Pittsburgh, some Matco stuff, Milwaukee, Snap-on, again, just random stuff. I'm loyal to no brand. Now I know what you're thinking, all of these tools are pretty heavy. I actually put helper bags on this car. So basically what I had to do is I dropped down the rear suspension and I inserted a helper bag and a puck at the top. I had to modify this kit for this car, by the way. Then we ran the air lines, ran them up behind the seat, and in here I have the air nozzle that is controlled by a Milwaukee air compressor I carry. So 40 PSI in these rear bags. This car, it doesn't even hesitate. So I unloaded all this stuff out of here. It is at the exact same ride height. So I'm pretty happy with it. The car, it rides good. You can definitely feel the weight. Stock brakes, stock everything, but it hauls all of this like no problem. So I think we're just gonna start from right to left. We're gonna go over like why I use it, why I have it. You may be completely different, so just gear it towards what you're working on. So over here we have the socket set. This is primarily what I use for sockets unless I know I need heavier stuff. So I was working on a semi this weekend, so I packed some 1/2-inch sockets, which they're in probably one of the bags over there. But this is a general service kit from Pittsburgh. My only complaint is the sockets kind of fall out sometimes, but this has your basic sockets. I'm missing a few. I gotta unpack out of the bag still. But this kit's great. You have most of what you need. I mean, this is a good travel kit for anyone, even if you aren't starting a business, honestly. I have a Milwaukee charger, so power is a huge thing. I actually have these guys I got off Amazon. It is like a, I don't remember what they're called exactly. You hook it to a Milwaukee battery, and you can actually plug stuff into it. It works pretty cool. Milwaukee does make those, but they're super expensive. I think for 2 of these ones, that was $40 on Amazon. So I carry some batteries around. I carry the Milwaukee charger in case I need to charge a battery. I know it sounds weird, but like if I need a M12 battery, I put the M18 on there. I can charge the M12 here, and then the M18 part of it's really useless for that because you can't charge an M18 with an M18. It'd be pretty worthless. So got some zip ties here, extended multimeter leads. These are huge for working on semis, longer vehicles if you're working in the back of vehicles. This is a 25-foot set or 30-foot set. I'm getting a 3-wire version of this as well. These are definitely pretty cool to have. Hammers, I don't pack a ton of hammers. I pack 1 24-ounce and then 1 soft hammer. That is it. I'd like to have all the hammers in the world, but unfortunately, space again. I got a Mayhew punch set. I don't normally carry this. I threw it in the car this weekend though. Milwaukee bit sets. 10 out of 10 recommend the Milwaukee bit sets. I've had good luck with them. I gotta straighten that one out. Mac RBRT. This stuff's great. It's basically grip edge. So my dad actually got the grip edge one that I'll show you guys here. So this right here is the grip edge kit. Should be the part number right down there. This cost the same as that tiny one over there from Mac. I think they're they're $200 on the truck for that Mac one. I got this for $220. I think retail they're $240, but They go on sale. The RBRTs are great because they bite into stuff. So you can see these typical Allens, they have teeth. They bite into stuff. Saved my life multiple times. Definitely recommend these. You don't need to have these unless you're doing battery cables. I was doing battery cables on the semi, so I took these. I also took some spare wire. I always keep some jumper wire, or just a little bit of wire in the car at all times. Got some fuses up here. Consumables, Amazon's your friend. I got some more up there in the hood. I'll show you guys. Amazon is your friend for consumables. They have this stuff. It's cheap. Just nice to have the whole kits. These are just some pliers I have. I use Snap-on, so for my student discount, I got these. Basically all my Snap-on stuff half off. So I use Snap-on pliers. I use a lot of Icon too. Pittsburgh, I got these off a tool truck. These are auto strippers. I like these. Again, my pliers are always tailored towards the job. Obviously, like, I wouldn't have these guys. I wouldn't bring a lot of wiring stuff. I might bring like 1 or 2 wiring things, but I got some more over there. A test long inspection camera. I got this for $100 off Amazon. That is a lifesaver, especially when you're working on cars. I use that thing all the time. It's so nice to have. Milwaukee batteries, just kind of pack for what you need, honestly. I got that, I think this is an 8 amp hour and a 2. I use that one on the drill sometimes. I got a bunch of other Milwaukee stuff over there we'll get to. This is not organized. I had to clean out the truck and we just kind of threw it all on the floor. I got this video idea last minute. Over here for hand tools, crescent wrenches are my friend. I do a lot of hydraulic work. It's just super nice too because I can't pack wrenches. Like, I can't bring 25 wrench sets. So I just bring a couple different size crescent wrenches. These are all Snap-on. If you can afford the Snap-on, buy the Snap-on. I think Baco is a really good brand too. They might make Snap-ons actually. So if you can't afford Snap-on, get the next best thing. But a good crescent wrench beats like a whole wrench set really. And then we just got some ratchets over here. Again, these are all Snap-on. I pack these for the job. I just, whatever I think I need, I bring. And we actually used a lot of these yesterday. Loom splitter, you can cut through loom. Again, that is a very specific tool that I packed just for this job. Some lights, nut drivers, 5/16 and 1/4 inch for most hose clamps. Just mini screwdrivers, some fire. Again, that was for wiring. Magnets always nice to have. Tape's nice to have. Some more fire, punches, just some small stuff. Average hand tools. Hose clamps, I got those off Amazon. And then I got this. So this is a nut driver. I think this is a Milwaukee one. These all slide off of here, so it's like a bunch of different sizes in one. So keep that with those hose clamps. Drill bits, this is a max set. I think it's like 400 on the truck. You don't need something that nice. It's just what I bought. This is a Harbor Freight kit for Dremel. Or not Dremel, like a little die grinder. Everyone calls them Dremels though. So I do always carry one of those. No-code jump pack, these are huge. Get a jump pack. I actually have 2 of them. I got another one over there. No-codes are the best in my opinion. OBD2 scan tool. You don't need one this nice. I bought this one, the Apollo Plus from Snap-on. Great scanner, but it's also like 5 or 6 grand off the truck with the subscription. I bought one of my buddies a Top Don. He loves his Top Don. It was like $600. He does a lot of work with me. So I got that for him and he's been slowly paying it off, but he loves it. He uses it all the time. He rents it out to people. So Top Don and Autel for scanners are both very good. Move around here. This is electrical diagnostic stuff. Again, you don't need this stuff. This is the Lyle relay tester. So I brought these because we're doing some electrical work. I always buy the master kits at the Lyle. Fuse saver. But these guys, it's basically like if you have a fuse that blows all the time, these trip. So you can just turn them on and off. So you don't have to waste a million fuses. Even though they're cheap, it's just really nice to hook one of these up and then you're basically set. Snap-on pry bars, Mayhew are basically an Amazon equivalent of those. 10 out of 10 recommend a good pry bar set. Do not cheap out because I've had Pittsburgh's break and I get hit and it's not a great day. Over here I have some grinding attachments for grinders. I didn't even pack a grinder. It's just my kit for the die grinder. Multimeter kit. This is huge. A good multimeter. I use the Snap-on digital ones. It's okay. The screen is not the easiest to see. Got some different leads. I need to put away some of this stuff. Got some battery testers, Load Pro, just different leads, mini amp clamp. Electrical kit is huge. I'm probably $1,000 into that with the case, but I use it every single day. There's actually not a day that goes by I don't use that. For bits like hexes, Torx bits, this is a gear wrench kit. 10 out of 10 recommend this gear wrench kit. It's got external Torx, got some pretty big Allens, got all different sizes. Never, ever, ever had an issue with a single one of these. Got some long ones in there too. I have a rethreading kit. Again, that was a specific tool. Vevor makes basically this kit. This is a Matco kit. I think this one's like $300. Vevor makes it for 40. Matco rebrands all their stuff. Do not buy anything from Matco. I only bought Matco because I get half off for my student discount. So this is an Ava Pow. It's a cheaper jump pack. I just use it to charge my phone or charge tools or whatever. This is a Pittsburgh Pro wheel lug socket set. So it's got these plastic things on it to help the wheels. I always keep this in my car along with a 1/2-inch impact, just because if I have an issue with one of my tires or something, it'll be nice to swap them out, or I can help someone else do whatever. For power tools, I am a Milwaukee guy. I always like to have a drill. My stubby 3/8 impact, this beats the Snap-on. I have a Snap-on too. Stubby 3/8 is awesome. You can't be a mechanic without it. I will say that. This is the best impact on the market right now. This guy was nice. I packed this for a job again, clean up some battery terminals. I know I was going to be doing that, so I grabbed it. A hex driver. This is always nice. You don't got to use a screwdriver. That's why I got the red bit set somewhere. I don't know where it went. But that is for this guy right here. I have my Snap-on rocker trigger. It's a nice lightweight impact. It can do most of what you need. Spare batteries. This thing's a hog. This is a high output 1/2-inch Milwaukee. I put the 12 amp hour on it. You charge that thing about once a year and it'll bust anything that's tight. It'll either break it loose or break it. Snap the head, clean off. For an air compressor, this is always nice. This is the M12 one. So my dad actually bought the M18 one up here. This thing is awesome, but I don't like to keep that in my car. I like the smaller one. A little lighter, less of a footprint. So I do have that. I have a battery on it. It doesn't take a ton of power. In here, I got some more fuses, some different kinds of fuses. Like there's the square ones. So I can just open it up real quick. Or not, it's taped. I've never opened that one before. Ring terminals, butt splices, basically any connectors. Amazon, again, that's great. O-ring kit from Amazon. I just got some spares. Relays, just random pieces of hose. I got some hoses over here. It's nice to have some small stuff. I got a tire repair kit in case I drive a lot of different places, so it'd be nice to be able to patch a tire if I get a hole in it. This is the Bauer. I don't remember what this is actually called. I just call them Dremels like everyone else, even though Dremel's a brand. I do have some burr bits I keep with this. This thing's awesome. It's like $40 from Harbor Freight. And obviously it's got some in there, and then that's what that kit down there is for. I actually did use that. I used a lot of this stuff. I know it looks like a lot. I actually used a lot of this stuff this weekend, and I only did like 4 or 5 different vehicles, but I mean, you could be surprised. Power probe, this is, it's optional. If you don't know how to use it, please don't buy one. This is the AES Wave terminal kit, AES Wave. This thing, I don't know how I survived life without it, honestly. Being a mechanic for, I think it's been like 5 years now, I've been working on stuff. So these plug in to the fronts of terminals. It's like, let me get a demonstration. Normally if you're trying to probe a connector, you got your little probes and you're trying to hold them in the end of the connector. It doesn't work. Sometimes it works. It's annoying to get a solid reading. So basically these all plug in to the terminals, and then they have a wide opening in the front. So it's a lot easier to get into. They've got all this different adapters, variable resistors, that's some airbag stuff, alligator clamps. Need to grab that one out of my other thing. But these are so you don't shove your terminals into the front of connectors. These plug into them, get them away from whatever you're working on, and then it's really easy just to hold it in there. So definitely buy this. It was $300. They didn't charge me tax or shipping, so the IRS is probably going to show up and demand money for this one day, but 10 out of 10 recommend that. And sometimes I carry some jack stands around depending on what I'm doing. I carry a small jack in the trunk. I'll go show you guys what's in the trunk. before we go back there. I got some sprays and stuff, some lubes, brake clean. I got a tarp. I like to lay my tools out on a tarp, especially if you're working on like grass, gravel, whatever. I also carry these knee pads. Sometimes they're just like these foam clip together things you can get on Amazon. Carry some extra clothes, sweatshirt, whatever, in case you get soaked or whatever. I carry a lot of the tools in these Milwaukee bags. It's extremely inefficient, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a car. It's not like I can just put toolboxes in here and haul them, but in the trunk back here, normally what I do, I got some fluids for my car, special coolant, just oils, brake fluid, fire extinguisher is nice to have, straps, some wood blocks. I carry a small jack and some wire. Basically my philosophy is like what do I need to do a job? Like if I were to break down on the side of the road right now, what do I need to get out of the situation? Maybe it's not the most ideal thing to do, but what do I need to get out of the situation? So down here, I have some, I don't even remember. I think I got some jumper cables somewhere, or not. Jumper cables are missing. But I used to have some jumper cables down here. I carry some stuff over here, some spare hardware normally. All of the cases I put in the trunk, and then the bags full of stuff. I do fuel additive, we'll go over that in a little bit. All of the bags and stuff I set in here, just because I like all the loose tools to be in here. And I like to carry the heaviest part of the weight in front of the axle, so I'm not loading down the back. A little more leverage on the suspension. So I carry my fuel additives down there, jump pack right there, bag over there, socket set over there. I just layer the seat with, that's normally where I just put the specific stuff for the job. I do have a poncho, some spare cords, some spare airline in case I blow an airbag. And then the doors, I normally carry fuses and just some other stuff. I normally keep this seat clean. I carry, one of my friends comes with on some jobs, so I like to have a seat open for that. But in this car, pretty nice to be a work car. I got grease smeared on the headliner. Oh, it's terrible, but it's been a great car. I would like to make it clear, I do not carry this all the time. I am actually a full-time mechanic. I work on Bobcats, so basically if I have a job coming up or I'm going to someone's house to do something, I pull my car in the shop. I have a fully loaded triple bank Matco 6S, 77-inch. It's completely full. This is probably 25% of what I have. I got a US General 5-door cart, it's full, and a 4-door cart, and it's full. So as much as I love to just load up everything in my 6S, it's a lot. I'll put a picture of it up real quick. I have to be pretty selective about this because you can feel the weight in the car. Unloaded, I get about 45 miles a gallon. Loaded down, I mean, the worst fuel economy I got was 37. That's fully loaded with all this stuff. It's a lot of weight. I don't even know how much all this stuff would be. It's at least 500 pounds, so it's basically like having all of the seats full of passengers plus a little bit of weight. So it's not terrible. I like to keep it as light as possible. I'd love to carry all this, but I use all of this stuff every day for a full-time job, so that's just not an option. If you are thinking about getting a diesel, fuel additive is huge. This is a CP4 car. It's a 2-liter TDI 2013. You have to use fuel additives in these. I use Hot Shot EDT. This is some of the winter blend I had left over. Great for the car. She's happy. This car's never skipped a beat. I did do injectors in it and a flywheel and a timing belt, but all that stuff, it's basically maintenance. This one's at 210,000 miles now, I'm pretty sure. The injectors, they were going bad. I think there's only one, but just went ahead and did a whole set just because why not? That's going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to show you guys what exactly I carry in my car. I've gotten a lot of questions about it. If you have any questions, I should have my email in the bio. If not, you can find me Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Just send me a message, ask me whatever you want to ask. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.